Hello. I'm Dr. Sandra Valiente, and well, I'm, I would like to speak about the epilepsy this time, and this is a topic very important to understand for mothers and for teachers who have kids under their care about what means convulsions or tonic-clonic contractions in most of some kids. Um, Tonic-clonic convulsions are generalized or partial convulsions. This depends on the area of damage in the brain. There are an electric upset on the brain or in some parts of the brain that could develop this kind of tonic-clonic contractions. Convulsions or epilepsy, as is known, um, has many causes, but we are not going to detail in the causes. We are going to make details in the kind of diagnosis, how these children present. The generalized tonic-clonic contractions could start in a part of a body depending on the area of damage, and this could be accompanied by a loss of consciousness. I'm going to make a detail, especially in the absent seizures. Absent seizures are considered between the generalized seizures, and this kind of disease it starts at the peak age onset of 4 to 5 years old kids. They are characterized by a loss of consciousness, a blank stare. His eyes are rotated at above the zenith. They start to make orofacial jerking movements, and sometimes kind of the of his body are also involved. The main approach to this problem for these kids, they seem like they are bizarre kids, or they lost their attention to some kind of duty they're doing that moment. And is not going to be confused and must not be confused like a person that is not smart. This happens is that these kids lose their consciousness for periods of time, like 5 to 10 seconds. This is repeated throughout the day in episodes of 10 or more times if it's not treated. And these kids appears like emotional affected also. So it's very important to take care of them, to take them to the primary care physician, to start a study, electrophysiologic study. This is the main point to make the diagnosis, because he had to exclude another causes or another type of seizures caused by metabolic diseases or toxic diseases like hypoxia, electrolyte imbalance, hypoglycemia, febrile seizures also. And to determine that this is an absent seizure, we have to make an electrophysiologic study and find out the spikes, which are characteristic of 3 hertz spiking feature that appears in the electrophysiologic study. Additional studies will be a CT or an MRI study of the brain, and see how this is going to be evolved and treated with etosuximide, which is the first choice pharmacologic approach, or valproic acid instead. Very important to know that this is going to have a remission. Almost always is at the age of 10 years, and these kids does not have to live with the disease for prolonged time, since this is unlimited. Well, I think this is going to be very helpful for mothers and for teachers also, and to detect this kind of behavior in kids, especially on the features I mentioned. Thank you very much. I'm Dr. Sandra Valiente. If you have any questions, you can make it over here. Bye bye now.